What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to bring you guys. This time actually revolving around the Golden State Warriors and Lavar Ball, with it actually currently being said that Lavar Ball says he doesn't want Lamelo Ball on the Golden State Warriors at all. He goes on to say, that's the part I don't like about Golden State. They got Clay and they got the other guys, and now you want to put Melo in the mix to say you go follow these guys. Melo ain't no follower. So I think this is, literally, LeVar Ball does say some ridiculous things sometimes, but this is absolutely spot on. Like, I don't think Golden State Warriors should draft LaMelo Ball at all. I just don't think it makes any sense, literally, for their team, and I think it would be absolutely ridiculous by them to actually think about doing it. I think LaMelo Ball fits perfect for a couple team, but one team that obviously LaMelo Ball is just 100% perfect for is obviously the New York Knicks. I think the Knicks, their fans have had a couple of unlucky, draft picks and everything recently. I mean, again, they still got pick 3. Some Knicks fans are complaining that they should have got pick 1 again. At least they didn't fall as low as, the Cavs, Bulls, and Suns ended up actually doing. But still, they could have had that pick 1 and probably deserved it in the end. But obviously, the Pelicans ended up winning the lottery and actually getting it. It's happened a couple of drafts now where, New York haven't got maybe the pick that they necessarily really wanted to. But I think that this is going to be a very, very interesting thing to see how this all ends up going. The rumor is, even if the New York Knicks, win the lottery or they lose it, they're still going to try and get Lamelo. They're going to draft him if they win it, and they're going to trade up to try and get him if they do lose it. And obviously, I think if Golden State Warriors do win it, which I believe they're guaranteed a top 5 pick or something like that, I definitely think the New York Knicks could actually move up and try and get their pick. For example, there is a perfect player I think the Golden State Warriors should definitely draft. Obviously, a lot of people are saying they should draft James Wiseman. That obviously makes the most amount of sense. If they get pick 1, pick 2, or pick 3, I do expect them to potentially be taking James Wiseman over LaMelo Ball. But there is one player that I think is absolutely going to be a very interesting player that I think the Golden State Warriors should try and get. And that's actually Onyeka Okongwu, who's projected to be, I believe, pick 3 to pick 6, a type of pick like that. Pretty much for those who didn't know, I believe he's actually played power forward for the most part in his career in college and all that type of stuff, but he can play center. Pretty much he is a 6'9" type of player that I'd like to pretty much compare to be like a hybrid of Bam Adebayo and Tristan Thompson. I think he would be absolutely perfect for the Golden State Warriors, as he can play center, and I think he would absolutely fill in that small ball type of center role that Golden State have been playing with for, quite a while now. And I think he would be absolutely perfect. He's a great defender, perimeter, interior, all that type of stuff. Again, he's got the Tristan Thompson and Bam Adebayo type of defense and all this type of stuff. Also has a very similar height to them. I think they're all 6'9". And again, he's a pretty versatile scorer as well. He's a decent mid-range shot, I do believe, and he can obviously score in the paint. I think he's got to work on his 3-point range, but I definitely think he is the player the Golden State Warriors should potentially definitely be looking to obviously draft in this year's upcoming draft. But I think, LeVar Ball is 100% right. I don't think the Golden State Warriors should be taking LaMelo Ball at all. I just don't think it makes any sense for them to do it. Right now, on their team, they currently have Steph Curry at point guard. They've got Klay Thompson at shooting guard, Andrew Wiggins at small forward, Draymond at power forward. All they need is a center. I mean, Pascal will play backup power forward, I would presume be their six-man. Marquez Chris, I definitely think, is a very versatile player, but I think should be coming off the bench for them. Dragon Bender is not going to be playing center next season, I wouldn't assume. Again, they don't have any centers on the roster at all. They've got Kevon Looney, who's had a very rough year. He's had a lot of injuries, only played 20 games, averaging 3.4 points per game and 3.3 rebounds on 13.1 minutes. Just an average defender, I would say. Again, I believe he will get a bigger role. Hopefully, he won't be as injured. Again, I definitely think he could definitely have a role when it does come to that. But they don't have a center at all. And I think in this year's draft, look, they could go out and try and sign a center potentially a couple of centers that a lot of people have been talking about, is actually Marc Gasol. They could potentially sign, which, look, I think he might want to re-sign with the Raptors, but they could always look at him. But I just definitely think they need to draft the center in this year's draft class. If they win the lottery, get Wiseman, at pick 1, 2, or 3. But if they fall down to like pick 4, 5, or 6, I definitely think go get Onyeka Okongwu. And literally they could, even if they do win the lottery and get 2 or 3, I definitely think there's going to be a lot of discussion in Golden State on who's going to be the better player, James Wiseman or Onyeka Okongwu, because we've seen what James Wiseman can turn into. James Wiseman, I say his play comparisons are a little bit of a mix between Joel Embiid and Andre Drummond. I would possibly say he's just a very good rebounder, and he's a great scorer, and he does have some shooting potential here and there, which comes with Joel Embiid's type of style. But then when you look at Onyeka Okongwu just, I say, fits the more modern day type of center and what Golden State do like to play. He's got that, Bam Adebayo and Tristan Thompson type of, game style. And, again, I know people might not rate Tristan Thompson to be one of the best centers in the NBA, but this guy has had an amazing career so far. I mean, he's played like every single season he's had with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's been consistent throughout most of his career. He's a championship player, and he has been, again, he was one of the players that actually paved the way for the small ball center type of lineup. And now you've got a lot of, small ball type of centers that are going out there right now, and pretty much none better than Bam Adebayo, who's an absolute freak. He's so insane. He's averaging currently, I believe, 16.2 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, 5.1 assists, and he's a great defender. I think Onyeka Okongwu definitely has, the ceiling to be a type of Bam Adebayo and Tristan Thompson type of player. And I wouldn't be surprised, if he, could eventually live up to that type of game style. So that's why I think the Golden State Warriors should definitely try and, potentially draft one of these players. Obviously, I believe James Wiseman could be the safer pick because you could bring James Wiseman in, and I honestly believe he could play 30 minutes per night on his first season and average, a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds potentially. Well, I think if you were to bring Onyeka Okongwu in, it's definitely going to take a lot of time for him to develop. The small ball centers always do. Bam Adebayo is in I believe he's in his third season right now. In his first 2 seasons, he, averaged under 10 points for both of those seasons. Well, I believe Tristan Thompson had a very similar case where, yes, he had a couple of first rough seasons and he was scoring a little bit, but his defense wasn't necessarily there. And that's where I think that Onyeka Okongwu, it could definitely fall under him. So I believe, James Wiseman's definitely going to be the way safer option over Lamelo Ball and Onyeka Okongwu. But I still believe they should potentially be looking to take Okongwu would be an interesting pick. But Lamelo Ball, he's not the guy. I don't see a way why the Golden State Warriors should take Lamelo Ball. They've literally got no centers on the roster at all. Marquise Chris, yes, he's been playing center this season, but he can definitely play backup power forward, and they could maybe play Pascal as backup small forward. You've got as well Kevon Looney, who is a backup center. They may look to trade him, but even if they don't, he, I believe, can play backup power forward as well. They don't have an actual natural center on their team right now, and I believe that's why James Wiseman and Onyeka Okongwu would be the type of guys. But Lamelo Ball can't play center. I don't understand. Look, Lamelo Ball's not going to start if they get him. You're going to bring in a player of Lamelo Ball's caliber to come off the bench and play big amount of minutes when you don't even need a player like Lamelo Ball on the team at all. That's why I just think it'd be absolutely ridiculous. Look, yes, they need a backup point guard. Kai Bowman's currently the backup point guard. That's not exactly the best backup point guard that you want on the team. But Steph Curry, he's going to be able to play 30 to 40 minutes per game, really. Realistically, probably 33 minutes per game, I would probably say, next season. And then you could just go out and sign a backup point guard. I'm definitely believing there's going to be a couple of point guards on the market that could definitely play backup. There's going to be definitely some. And even if they just end up getting a Matthew Dellavedova type of backup point guard who's not exactly that good, but still can fulfill a role and play his, how he really needs to do, I definitely think they'll be able to get a point guard very simple like that. But centers are going to be harder to come across. They've already got cap issues, and I just don't necessarily know if they're going to be able to get a good center in free agency. They could try and struck gold with Marc Gasol, But even if they do get Marcus Gasol, I still feel like they should be signing a center like James Wiseman and Onyeka Okongwu, or drafting rather than, drafting Lamelo Ball, which doesn't exactly make any sense to me whatsoever. But anyway, to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA content and NBA news. Don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. What is your thoughts and opinions on this? Do you guys think Lamelo Ball would be a good pickup for the Golden State Warriors, or do you guys think they should be drafting a center like Onyeka Okongwu or potentially James Wiseman? Again, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. But also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/long channels. Links to them will all be in the description down below. Definitely go check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for that will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.